superstar in Hollywood, was recently interviewed about the biggest superstar currently in the WWE, his one and only cousin Roman Reigns. So The Rock was interviewed and asked about what it would be like to come back and face Roman Reigns, and he gave the safe and tame. Didn't seem to want to get no one's hopes up, but he said he would be honored to come back and face Roman Reigns if that was the case. So, Sammy, how realistic do you think this match is happening, and to want to see it now that Roman Reigns is a full-time bad guy?
Yeah, I would definitely want to see it if they can, if it was actually something legit, but it's not legit at all. I think it's just Rock doing Hollywood talk. In Hollywood, they say things all the time. Yeah, I'll do this, and then next thing you know, you don't see him.
Come on,
the next
he came for John.
Yeah, I'll do this. And next
he came for CM. What makes you think he wouldn't come for family? I have to ask.
Oh, come on, man! Are you kidding me? Rock is like we were just saying before. Rock is what, 48, 47?
Yeah,
he's closer to 50. Highest paid actor, in all of Hollywood. Why? You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta look at it in their shoes. Like, why? What does this dude really do for me? You know what I mean? Now, my Hall of Fame spot's already solidified. You know what I mean? Now I'm a Hall of Famer in Hollywood. You know why? It's just Hollywood talk. You know what I mean? I give this a 5% chance of happening.
Wow.
5%.
I don't blame you. Only reason I don't blame you is because the last time The Rock wrestled, the infamous last time against Cena, he tore his pec. And I really think ever since that happened, that spooked him a little bit. I love wrestling, but my full-time career is a movie star now. I can't afford to be getting hurt in any type of way. So I really think that put him on pause a little bit. But at the same time, a lot of things change. And here's a couple reasons why I think it would make sense. And I think 5% is a little bit too low. I will say it has a 30% chance of happening. 30. Here's why. Hold up. Where is WrestleMania taking place or scheduled to take place? We don't know now because the pandemic has everything floating up in the air. It is scheduled to take place in Los Angeles, California, Hollywood, Rock's backyard. So, what is the biggest possible marquee match that you could have? I know that he's not a wrestler full-time anymore or a wrestler anymore, but what is the biggest the biggest match that The Rock could have and go out satisfied? Face his cousin. What's the biggest main event that Vince could put together? The Rock versus Roman Reigns. And hold up. This past WrestleMania, the pandemic freshly hit us, and they didn't have an audience. I refuse to believe. I don't think this pandemic's going to be gone anytime soon, and I don't think fans are going to be able to safely be in soon, but I refuse to believe Vince will let it be another WrestleMania with the empty arena. I think he's going to want to make a big time for having an empty arena WrestleMania, and I think there's no other way to do it than The Rock versus Roman Reigns. I think he's going to push all the chips to the table and try to get this to happen, because this is the year for it to happen. The Rock is the most beloved good guy, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, comes to face the new big dog that is bad and found himself. Samoan versus Samoan, family versus family, champ versus champ. It's a story that has so much layers.
Listen, 30 is way too high, and you just shot yourself in the foot by bringing up the pandemic. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. How much money is this man Rock worth? Do you really think he's gonna go in the wrestling world and risk himself catching, COVID-19 after he already had COVID-19?
That's a fair point. I forgot that he was recently in the news.
Like, come on, you just shot yourself in the foot even more. And another thing, if Rock is even gonna consider a match, he would need a whole nother year to build it like he did with John Cena, just to get himself ready.
Yes. I wouldn't go that.
As long as he's been away.
I think you make a great point about the pandemic. Especially if the pandemic tends to continue to get worse, it makes it a whole lot less likely.
But I need almost a whole year to get ready.
I'm somewhat, even though things are looking unlikely to have fans or to have things back to normal, I'm still under the assumption that things maybe will slowly progress in the right direction. And if they are, I see no reason why he would really refuse. They would throw, even though it's Chump Change for them, they gotta empty as much of their wallet as they can. Roman Reigns gotta beg them on the phone. He come and do this. He would do this.
He don't even want it. Even if they do the highest wrestling contract ever.
Come on, man.
He wouldn't even.
Let me ask you, what did he really have to get out of facing John Cena? I mean, don't get me wrong, it was great. Hold on, don't get me wrong, it was great television. It was one of the best main events ever, but technically, the logic you're using now, I could use it for him then. He didn't need the money. He didn't need the publicity, but he did it because it put on a show.
This is totally different circumstances.
Why is it different?
Because, like I said,
the pandemic.
You got it. Because, like I said, if he's even going to consider this match, he would need a whole long time. WrestleMania is not that far away, bro. It's not that far away. If you really think about it,
pretty far.
It's not that far away. Come on, bro. It's
6+ months, and you got it.
That's what I mean. Rock would need way more time than that to get himself ready, bro. How long has he been gone this time? Almost like 5-6 years? Just like last time. After 5-6 years, what did he do? I need a whole year to get myself back in the shape, wrestling shape, bro. And I'm gonna need a few tune-up matches, a few build-up matches to do it all over again, bro. So
let me ask you this. To me, if this match doesn't happen, I want to kind of slightly switch gears. If you can't get this match to happen, like I said, the relentless, aggressive, tireless, worker, the show must go on mentality that Vince has, I refuse to see him let back-to-back WrestleManias go without any sort of type of fans or an empty arena at that. I think if you can't get The Rock versus Roman Reigns, you have to get John Cena versus Roman Reigns. You have to get one of them.
No.
You have to. You have to. You have to.
These guys,
one of
the guys that you are mentioning right now are bigger than wrestling.
They are.
They're worth more. They're bigger brands. They're just as big of brands as WWE.
They are. But that's what WrestleMania is about. Getting the biggest guys under one roof.
No, but these guys are different type of cats. Like they got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? They got bigger shit to do. They've been putting out movies. You know what I mean? They got contracts. If anything happens to these dudes, it's a big loss on them. You know what I mean? Like, these guys ain't gonna get into the ring right now. They're not doing that. I take it.
So let me ask.
Not during pandemic times, and they're not gonna do it because they need time. You know what I mean? Look at Cena's last match. He didn't even do nothing because he's such a Hollywood actor.
Nah,
to be fair, do nothing, bro.
To be fair, I think honest to God, I think if Corona didn't just fresh off the back attack us, I think the plan was for them to have a regular real match. But because of their pandemic, they wanted to go the cinematic video route because they thought that would be cool. But I think the plan was for him to have a real classic match initially.
Cena was. I don't think Cena was doing that regardless. Man.
Nah, you're twisted. Because did you remember the epic way he came back and they got the match?
Look at Cena's body, bro.
That
look at Cena's body.
He's ripped. He's still ripped.
Cena, you could just look at Cena's body and tell he's not trying to do this wrestling shit no more, man. Like, come on, dude. These dudes is mega stars, bro. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's in poor shape. I'm not saying that. But come on.
He's got skinny here.
Last time we seen full-time Cena, he was the Terminator. Now he dumbed himself down.
Oh, he has a 5% chance to you.
Who, Cena?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Even though he came the past 2 WrestleManias, he at least showed his face.
And what did he do? What did he do? It was shenanigans, bro. It was shenanigans, just like Rock. Who does that remind you of? Who does that remind you of, Dave?
To me, if you could get them on the venue, there's hope for them to get their hands dirty. There's hope for a match.
No. They'll come to talk.
Nah.
They'll come to do shenanigans. They're not coming to fight.
Wow.
You can get Triple H.
Come on. He put over Taker the last 3 years. He came as Dr. Thugonomics with Elias. And he was really going to have a match with Wyatt until the pandemic hit.
And what was all of those things? All of those things were like 3-minute things.
He was going to give us a real match, to be fair. You're telling me he has not one more WrestleMania?
I don't know.
If you're going to use one, use it on Roman.
I'm going to tell you this, bro. We all need to get ready not to see John Cena for a long time.
Nah. You're forcing you. You're breaking.
He's on the rise, bro. He's on the rise.
Suicide Squad spinoff and everything.
He's on the rise. Like, he doesn't want to do this no more. Come on. People think when they get to that status, they think smarter, not harder.
And I don't blame them. But I don't think it's off the table because certain things just make sense, man. They know the business and what makes business sense. You know what's best for business. So if you don't think those two are coming, what do you think? Just off the top of your head, we're freestyling. There's a lot of time till WrestleMania. Off the top of your head, what's the biggest marquee you could put together that's Warner Inch? It's Roman against somebody.
They got maybe they need to pull out a multi-man match. You know, they don't do that enough.
They don't do that a lot, but I don't know. That's because multi-man matches as a WrestleMania main event. It just I think it takes more things it takes more creativity. It doesn't flow as better as a one-on-one feud. But they might need to make a multi-man match. Right now, the only biggest thing is Roman and The Fiend. Those are the only biggest things that haven't happened.
And that could be. And I don't even know if you can head in that direction because you need to maintain The Fiend being the evil monster right now.